All right. Welcome, everybody, to Side Hustle Live. My name is Tomer Soran. I'm here with my business partner, Darby Rollins, and our guest host, Rachel Coburn. How are you doing there, guys?
Doing great.
Wonderful.
Cool. And we are joined today. We are very lucky to have Danny Veiga here with us. And Danny, how about you let people out there know what you sound like and how you doing today?
Hey guys, yeah, glad to be here. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're going to be playing Side Hustle, the party game for entrepreneurs. And it is available out there for everyone to purchase and to play. If you are watching this, just come on and comment and you can play along with our Facebook Live. But let's just get started with a bit of game. Jump right in. Okay, so the way we'll do this is I will pull a side hustle card. Darby, why don't you roll for me at the same time?
You got it, Tomer.
Thank you.
9. Food and
9,
beverage.
food and beverage.
Ooh.
Interestingly, we are going to read out this card. It says, "Hey entrepreneurs, your side hustle is pushy." Pushy in food and beverage. So while they are brainstorming their butts off, I'll be explaining to you guys how to play. So this is Side Hustle, the party game for entrepreneurs. The rules are as such. 1, the investor will draw a business card and roll an industry die. That gives you a name and a category and the parameters for the round. Then the entrepreneurs will take time to brainstorm their idea for that. Each one will try and come up with their own version of what that business is in that industry. Then they will take turns and pitch to me, the investor, like we are sharks. And I will have opportunities to ask them for clarifications on anything that I think is weird or silly, or I just want to know more about. At the end, I will have the privilege of handing out points cards. I have a funny and a fundable card to do so. I get to hand them out however I'd like, and they're worth 1 point each. Normally, the game would keep going around until somebody collects 5 points. But for now, we're just going to do a few rounds here, get to know Danny, and have some fun. Awesome. All right. Well, I think that was a perfect amount of time for you guys to work those little noodles of yours. And I see Darby is working furiously, but I see Dan, we won't make you go first. Rachel, why won't you give me a taste here of what you have in store? Please go ahead.
All right, sharks. My business name is Pushy in the food and beverage industry. So as someone who's a foodie, I love going out to restaurants. I love being around people. You know, I know it's kind of different nowadays. However, when it comes to just being at a restaurant, you know, I really just, you know, I want to eat everything I possibly can. So the thing is like, I have to wait for the waitresses. I have to wait for the staff. That's 100% fine, right? But when it comes to, let's say, it's really busy one Friday evening and it's just a whole lot of chaos. Pushy actually it will help alleviate the need for you to raise your hand to find your server. It is a little embarrassing, right? So actually we have developed this button that is going to be installed within the table itself, where you can actually ring a button in a way for your server to come over and help you. Another thing we've actually developed for Pushy is let's say you are in your car waiting for your food to come out. It's COVID, right? So you don't want to go inside. You don't want to have to deal with that. You're in your car. So we actually developed an app that allows you to push for Pushy to see like where your food is it getting ordered soon, where exactly is it, and even if you have, let's say, a change in request, like for a food, or if you have an allergy you forgot to talk about, you can actually put it into that system as well. So that's what I think Pushy would be in food and beverage.
Interesting. So it's kind of like on an airplane, the stewardess button, but exactly. At all times, right?
At all times.
Okay. At all times. I dig it. Good way to get a little service when they're slacking on the job. Okay. I need some nachos pronto. I get it.
Sounds good right now, actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Danny, would you care to give it a shot for us here for Pushy
Yeah,
in food and beverage.
she kind of stole my idea.
Oh,
I
no.
I had my idea on a piece of paper, and she came by and took it from
I
me.
wrote
So.
down. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the stealer.
But yeah,
Jesus,
this is how entrepreneurship works, right?
yeah, you gotta pivot sometimes.
Yeah.
Try and make it
So,
better.
All right, what you got on the spot? Go
all
for
right,
it.
so Pushy. So, going to restaurants now that everything's open from COVID kind of being, relaxed a little bit in some of these states. You know, we don't want to just be waiting for food all the time. So instead of actually walking into a restaurant, cars are now being developed with this special button right next to the ignition that says Pushy on there, right? So what Pushy actually does is you can go to any restaurant, whether it's fast food, whether it's a local sit down, mom and pop, restaurant franchises. They all have this incorporated into their systems, down to their menus, where you can just push a button. That's called Pushy, right? That's the product. And what's going to do is going to ring that restaurant that you're facing, and you're going to be able to talk to a hostess right away and be able to order your food without having to do anything. And if this button is used, your food actually gets delivered prior to everybody who's actually waiting at the restaurant. So it's almost something that the entire food and beverage industry is actually pushing right now. They've kind of tied in with all these manufacturers of the cars, and they've incorporated this button on there. And if you don't want to be waiting for your food, like none of us do, we just want to get to a restaurant, we want to eat right away, push a button on your car, and voila, there you go.
All right. I dig it. So it's like maybe like a nice pivot. It's kind of like an Apple CarPlay type thing where but I like the idea that you just roll up. You have your headlights
Just roll
on
up.
the thing, and you're like, "Hey, I'm here. Pay attention to me.
Feed me. Feed me.
Feed
That's
me.
Feed me. I'm here." I can dig that because sometimes you get into a line and they're like, 1 second, we have 30 orders from online before we get to talk to
Right.
you. And so I can appreciate them. I'm like, I drove to you, mofo. Let's hang out. All right. Thank you very much, Danny. Now, Darby on Funny Rollins, please tell me, what do you happen to have in your bag today?
Well, first I want to say thank you everyone but Tomer for having me here today. My business that I'm presenting to you is Pushy in the food and beverage industry. Now, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever woken up on the right side of the bed and felt like you were just feeling too good one day? And you were, as they say, nice guys finish last. You don't want to finish last. No one wants to finish last. Maybe you're feeling a little too nice waking up out the morning, a little too much pep in your step. Enter Pushy, attitude in a bottle. It's like Snapple meets Crackle. I don't know why I wrote that down. Basically what it is, it puts you in a little bit of a bad mood, so you have a little bit of edge to you, and you're a little more cha-cha-cha when people are coming at you, right? You're in a business meeting, someone says, oh, hey, by the way, we want to not pay you what we wanted to pay you. If you woke up, you were feeling nice, and I said, okay, I'll ask you tomorrow, but you get a little pushy in your system. You say, no, you're going to pay me, and then you get paid. See, it's an investment in yourself, and it's also an investment in having people show you a little more respect. Pushy.
Okay.
Sassy drink.
Thank you, Dangerfield. I think maybe the tagline should be, it's a little Snapple with a little Snooki in it, because that's what I'm imagining.
Snooki.
Snapple meets Snooki.
I know
She's
that
actually one of our
reference
spokespeople. How did you know?
Oh, because she's very loud about it. Anyway, very good spokesperson. Okay, so that is interesting. I don't mind an attitude in a can thing. I think it's funny that you chose to specifically insult your investor when you started this pitch. So I think that may not have gone in your favor. But
I had some Pushy this morning.
You took some this morning.
Oh, you took some. I see. You're not just the founder, you're a customer. I understand. Okay. Now, it is my privilege to award these 2 points out today. I have a funny card and I have a fundable card to hand out however I want. Now, I'll say that when it comes to to funny, I actually think that it's a little funny because I know how uncomfortable I've always felt pressing that button on in an airplane when I'm like,
Ew.
hey, I need my diaper changed. So I always felt like I always felt like an
Needy.
infant. Exactly. I always felt like I don't need another water. I'm fine. So that is hilarious to me that anybody could click that at any time and just be like, excuse me. Excuse me.
Me.
Yeah, exactly. So I will give Rachel the funny. The fundable, Danny, I think it's a great idea of being able to get service right away. But I think that there's something to, unfortunately, to being able to get a little attitude in a can. And I hate the fact that I'm doing this, but I'm giving fundable to Darby.
Pass it on over.
Sure.
Pass it on over. Tomer.
Okay, fine. You can have it.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're missing this audio, you'll see it in the video next time you tune in. All right, that was the first round. Excellently done, everybody. I want to now invite Danny on to be our investor. You are the man, my friend. Are you ready to wield all the power?
Yes, I am.
Great. Well, let's roll for you. Darby, why don't you hit that for me?
Unless you've got your own dice. Yeah.
I do.
I usually do. Oh, you do? Please.
I do.
Wow, we're
Let me-
prepared today.
Trying to get it out of the box. There we go. All right.
There you go. All right.
All right.
Ooh, roll it nice.
10.
10. So on the box, it tells you that is home goods. If you want, feel free to pull a card. Grab something from the middle, from the top, from the bottom, wherever you want. Ooh. Look
Yeah.
at that beautiful
I am
card.
showing the cards for those listening to the podcast.
It's
All right.
you're very street magic wise.
Here we
I
go.
appreciate that.
David Blaine over here.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, entrepreneurs, your side hustle is Stat Source.
Show it. Stat source.
Oh, wow.
Okay, in home goods. Interesting.
Wow. I wouldn't even know where to
Awesome.
go.
Well, let's see what
Good
happens.
stuff.
All right. Thank you for that subtitle there. Danny, while we're working on that, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your business, what you got going on? We'd love to hear about it, and everyone out there would as well.
Sure. So currently I have a digital marketing agency. I've been in this industry for 15 years or so. I have a lot of legacy clients who we were serving with Facebook ads, which we still do. A lot of chiropractors, those in the local niches. Recently, really because of the help of Jarvis, we've been now focusing more on content and SEO. And we've expanded outside of the local market. We have a couple of national clients as well, some in e-commerce, a couple statewide law firms and things like that. So it's been fun. It's been a really good growth.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about who your kind of perfect customer is? Who's the best person to reach out to you, and why? That's often, I think, a useful thing.
Sure. So if you're a successful business who really knows your audience and knows your products, and you just want to really explode and dominate your niche, you would be the perfect one. Nice, short and
That's
sweet.
fantastic.
No, yeah. Right now, no startups, please.
No startups, please. Somebody who has a little bit of traction, but needs to
Correct,
take it to
right.
the next level, essentially, correct?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, that's awesome. I think that's really useful. I think nowadays, it's important to know exactly who you're aiming at, because not everyone is for everyone, and the best part is when you do link up with that perfect pairing of customer and service. Damn, it works well.
Yes,
and
does.
it feels good to be a gangster, of course. We all know that.
True.
Great. Well, yes. Danny, now we will get to pitch to you StatSource in home goods.
Hmm.
Darby or Rachel, why don't you give it a go? Rachel's got her
I'll
hand
go
up.
first.
Go for it.
I love this game way too much. It's not even funny.
No, it's not even funny. It's fundable. Go for
No,
it.
it's Fundable. Sorry. All right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, Sharks, I always do that, sorry. My business name is StatSource and within home goods. So the one thing that I have been coming across lately as a new apartment, not owner, but renter, is that, I'm definitely trying to furnish the place. I wanted to make it look cute. I wanted to be everything it can be. And that even means like ethically. I want to know where all of my material, not material, but where all my home goods stuff come from. It's something that I've always wondered, where does this pillow, where was it made? Like who made it? Exactly. I just don't want to, go into the wheel of, buying all of these particular products that are going to be made unethically, or, a part of the ecosystem that's, dwindling, so to speak. So with StatSource, this is actually going to be a website platform that allows you to see exactly where all of your home goods come from. The CD pillows, cotton, polyester, wood even, where exactly does it come from? And along with that, how is it made? Who makes it? Child labor is, something that we're all aware of, right? So I personally want to ensure that none of the things I'm buying from is a result of that. So StatSource will allow you to have that, as well as having an online platform. Will also be able to be integrated within the store itself. So let's say you're at home goods, within home goods industry, right? It's actually integration that we'll have any kind of device along the store side where you can be like, okay, I love this pillow. However, let's see where exactly was this made, who made it, and it'll have a story. And if it is like maybe from nonprofit, it'll have the ability for you to tap into the nonprofit and actually be able for you to donate if you ever, feel the need to. So that is StatSource.
Interesting. Thank you for that.
Welcome. Thank you. Oh, I think you're muted, Tamer.
I don't like it, but
Wow. Yeah, I'm muted so that you guys don't hear the clinking of ice when I take a sip. Danny, you are welcome to ask any clarifying questions you have or things that are silly to you. Or you can just be like, sweet, next.
No, it was presented well. I definitely understand what her product is about. And yeah, definitely something that's I think it's needed just to really understand where things are being sourced from. So
I agree.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm currently building a home goods brand, and that is a big portion of my focus. So that is definitely.
I'm pouring a lot of money to home goods, and Darby knows for the apartment.
We'll be talking later. Darby, speaking of the money that you're spending on your place, why don't you pitch next?
Absolutely. So thank you, investors, for being here. My business is StatSource. It's in the home goods industry. And I want to take you back a few years ago and imagine when the last time you bought that couch was when you were furnishing your apartment or a new house, or when the last time you bought those bar stools or that new TV that you watch the new episodes of Loki on and have such a grand old time.
One of my favorite.
Same.
Agreed.
And just remember where you got all this furniture from, and you probably can't if you bought it from a secondhand furniture place like Facebook Marketplace, or maybe some of these other places that get like furniture on a discount. But you still want to know maybe like how like good a quality is this furniture, and how do you get it appraised if you want to go and resell it. Enter StatSource. It's the at-home appraising service that comes to you to appraise your furniture and the things inside of your house so that you can sell that stuff whenever it's time to get rid of it, get something new, or you just are, rather flip some furniture to cover the cost of rent for this month. And so the really interesting thing about StatSource is that we've partnered with local businesses that can use this furniture that people are flipping inside of their stores, inside of their businesses, or different local events. So StatSource acts as the middleman that sends people into these local markets, helps appraise the furniture and move the furniture so that everyone that's doing their thing at home or running their business can keep doing their thing, more of what they love to do, while StatSource helps you makes you more money selling the stuff so you can buy more stuff from StatSource. It's a double-sided marketplace.
I like it. That is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Like it.
We're looking for we're looking to partner with a marketing agency right now. That's actually why we're here, Danny. We're looking to partner with an expert marketing agency who doesn't deal with startups. They deal with established businesses that really grow and blow up. So
the pandering will never cease. Danny, any other questions? Are we?
No, definitely no questions on this one.
All right.
This was this is definitely something that touches my heart near and dear.
I would like to thank you all for joining me. I am presenting StatSource in home goods. Have you ever woken up damn hungover? Have you ever been like, wow, I could really use some salt. I could use some pickle juice, anything to just fix this headache. But you're so weak, you don't want to get out of your bed. You don't want to leave your cozy armchair and snuggle pillows or whatever. Well, guess what? Here comes StatSource. Everyday home goods essentials that double as medical devices and saline solutions. Okay, do you need an IV drip? Well, guess what? We have furniture that looks as good and feels as good as IKEA or Crate and Barrel. And guess what? It'll wake you the hell up, make you feel great, and replenish those electrolytes, my friend. StatSource, the only thing you'll ever need when you need it. Stat!
The drawing is so cute. So happy.
Wow.
Very happy now because he has stats.
Yeah.
This also is near and dear to my heart. I have a client who does IV therapy, so I hear you on this.
Yeah, we're happy to partner with those types of companies, and you know, bring your portfolio closer to home. That was pretty good.
Very good.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Well, Danny, now if you'll take a second and maybe you know, you have your Funny and Fundable cards whenever you want them, but if you want to give a quick little summary of what each of us gave you in terms of a pitch, always nice to hear what you heard.
Yeah. So, so Rachel, so what you have StatSource, and StatSource is a website where you are able to see where your home goods are coming from and where they're being created and everything that goes involved that's involved in creating these home goods, right? Like furnitures and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I think it shows transparency, which I think is something that's needed nowadays. And yeah, I mean, anytime we go into furniture stores, you know, we buy stuff, but we don't know where they're made, much less the quality of that piece of furniture, you know?
Exactly.
So that's
kind of
really
scary
good.
to think. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Darby.
You have I just wrote down appraisal. I think that's all that's needed.
Appraisal, yes.
Appraisal. I like this because we moved, you know, to San Antonio about a year and a half ago, and no matter what we try to do, we cannot sell our furniture. I don't know why. Just nothing will sell. We tried Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, you know, these other apps that they have out there, right? And most of all the things we just donated. We just gave it away.
Sure.
So, you know, if we needed that money, if we truly needed that money, then having, you know, your product, Darby, StatSource would have been the perfect solution because we would have been able to sell it without us trying to sell it on our own. So you acting as a middleman would have definitely been a viable solution to what we had. So I think it's definitely a product that is needed out there.
But of course, Tomer's solution.
Tomer, yes, Tomer.
For those at home, I drew a lovely picture of a little dude getting an IV drip from a lamp. I was very happy about it.
Does the lamp work? or is this for
Of course
show?
it works.
I have to ask.
And Tomer, let me ask you, actually, will your product work for entrepreneurs who are lazy and they need
Well,
that up and you know that
course.
motivation type of drip in their arm?
Yeah, look, it's fully customizable. You know, we're starting with the biggest market, which is the hungover crowd, but there's no reason why we can't add a little espresso in there for you, you know, or a little 5-hour energy. I mean, it's like about a minute per drop, you know, so that's kind of how we ration out the 5-hour in
Or a
terms
little
of
pushy.
That was a different pitch. Different world entirely.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah. So Tamir, with yours, I mean, I think that's a really good product that will definitely help a lot of people who just like to, you know, chug it at night and they wake up, you know, not knowing what day it is.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. So award the points, my friend, however you'd like.
So using the 2 cards, right? Funny and Dependable.
Funny and Fundable, and you can hand them out both to one person, one to 2 different people, or give none out because you're feeling vindictive today.
So this is actually pretty hard. Funny, I would definitely say goes to where's my finger? Here we go. Tamir.
Oh yes, I will happily take that
Gotta
card.
be funny for sure. And I don't know, you know, I had to think about it a little bit more, so I don't know if it's from the acting or the product itself. Could be, or it could be a combination of both.
Hey, delivery matters, my friend.
Fundable. I'd say fundable would be, you know, it's a hard toss up. It's a very hard toss up. It really is. But just because I've had a personal issue with this, it's going to have to go to Mr. Darby.
Oh,
Yes.
It's a nice little fake
that's
out.
huge.
So
Very, very hard. It was like a
good.
49-51 split.
Perfect. All right. Well, that was a fantastic round. Rachel, I believe maybe you can be our next investor. What do you say?
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you.
Fantastic. Can somebody roll a die for me, please?
Gotcha. 8. Sports and outdoors.
Ooh, okay.
Sports and outdoors. And entrepreneurs, your side hustle is the noodle in sports and outdoors.
You have to be creative here.
I know it well. Rachel, as our lovely guest host, please feel free to let
It's
everybody
Rachel.com.
know. It's Rachel.com.
Oh gosh, I knew you were gonna do that.
Please share with our audience, you know, where they can find your work, what you're up to these days. Maybe one big thing that you'd like to direct people to as a thank you for being an awesome guest host. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I have my hands in a lot of different things, but to kind of put it all into one, I'm actually I work in the digital marketing space as well. I'm a programmatic supervisor at a small boutique agency based out of California. I'm here in Austin, but we're fully remote, so that is my day-to-day, if you will. But on the side, you can catch me doing a lot of different things. I'm an artist. I am an acrylic artist. I do have a digital background. I actually have my iPad right here with my trusty pen. And I'm also kind of a retired professional model, and then I was a competitive gamer for a while, and then now I'm also a food blogger, and I have a food blog. You can catch me on Instagram. It's called Sauce and Broth. If you're looking to have any kind of recommendations in the Austin area, I got you. But for my personal, it's literally what Darby said. It's Rachel.com. I am starting up my own art Instagram. So if you're ever wondering like what kind of art I have going on, you can find it there, and you can find it Luna Ray on artgrab.co, where you can buy my art directly. So I just have a lot of different things going on. I don't like to be bored.
Fun.
So
Well,
Are you related to Lana Ray?
I'm not. I wish I could sing. I wish I had any kind of talent.
what was your game when you were a competitive gamer?
Yeah.
Was it
that was my next
DDR?
question.
Please tell me it was DDR.
No. I was actually in Twitch for a while as well, just to kind of throw it out there. So mine was over a decade ago. I was Halo 2,
Oh,
Halo 3,
wow.
Nice.
and then Black Ops, Call of Duty with my other games as well. So way back when,
Interesting.
I'm showing my age now. So,
Oof. I will say so that on Xbox Game Pass they have the entire Halo series on there, and
Mhm.
yep.
and me and Blake, who was co-hosting last week, have been slowly going through the entire campaign.
Nice.
Co-op. It's one of the best couch co-ops that anybody can play.
Yeah,
I will have
totally.
to wholeheartedly be adamant about that.
I will
Awesome.
say
Mhm.
also, just calling out, I don't know if you guys are PC gamers, but I just found out about New World. It's MMORPG that my brother just told Darby and I about. So definitely be checking that as well. So if anybody plays that, please let us know because I want to hear all about it.
We should do a side hustle game night.
That'd be
Absolutely.
fun. Like a LAN party back in the day. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah,
that was fun.
I'll bring my big tube TV.
Quake 3, Quake 3 LAN parties.
Oh,
That was way back in the day.
World of
way back
Warcraft.
when.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that sucked a lot of years out of my life.
Darby's a big nerd. Same with Darby.
There's something really visceral about staying up till like the sun is out, and then you're mad at the sun a little bit because it's reminding you of how depraved you are for playing for 10 hours in a row. It's my favorite thing. Awesome. Well, you are the investor for this round. You have a lot of other time investments. Let's see if you can get you to commit to hours. Darby, why don't you kick us off?
Absolutely, Rachel. Thank you so much for being here today to listen to my pitch, which is the Noodle and Sports and Outdoors. You remember Harry Potter back in the day, since we're kind of going in the time capsule side of things, and he broke his arm playing Quidditch, and then he had that like goop, then his arm turned into like kind of like a noodle, and then it healed overnight. It's kind of cool to think that you could just shatter a bone and then have it just heal so miraculously in such a quick amount of time. And that's what got me thinking, why don't we have more sports like that? More violence, more broken bones, and a faster recovery so that we can do it again the next day. Enter the Noodle. It's Wipeout meets Quidditch. We take a special formulated potion before each and every round that actually liquefies all the bone density inside of your body. And then we just chunk the different teams at each other. And last team that's pseudo standing wins and advances to the next round. It's epic. Viewership through the roof. And best of all, our hospital bill is even higher, which is why we are here seeking your investment today to keep our project funded. We're broke. We've broken too many bones, but we're having a blast. The Noodle.
I'm sorry. I remember I'm dying because, okay, I have two questions. Are you done? Just curious. Are you done with your
Wow, that is a good first question. Are you done?
I have two questions.
I'm sorry. Quick question number one. How do they move if their bones are not in their body anymore?
It's a really good question. I'm glad you asked. So part of the game, so obviously humans can't fly yet. That's the Noodle 2, where we integrate actual flying. But we've got this like Hollywood strings attached to people so that we're lifting people up. And we play in indoor basketball stadiums. So people are kind of being covered around, and you have like the controllers on one end, like you would, and then they're swinging people and
Got it. So they're actually not playing. It's the people operating the TV show, whatever that is. Okay.
Oh, I mean, they're on the same team, right?
Okay.
So like
Is this like a giant? Is this like a giant version of the desk toy where it's
kind of,
but with people in the middle?
It's like real life Hunger Games.
Got
almost.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
Next question.
Okay. Last question.
Are you finished?
Do you have any investors currently? Sounds like you don't.
No, we did. The problem is that they were playing with us last time.
Oh,
and they were one of the people that broke all their bones, and we ran out of money. So, and they ran out of money as our investors, and so we can't actually afford to get them fixed. So that's why they sent me here.
I'm bailing you out. That's what you're saying. Cool. Thank you. That's all I need. Thank you, Darby. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Delightful. Danny, would you care to pitch to our lovely investor?
Yes. So, Rachel, how are you today?
Good.
Good. Awesome. What is your favorite animal?
Oh, a wolf.
A wolf. Perfect. Hold on one second.
I'm fascinated to know what's about to happen.
Okay.
Danny is looking down for a moment.
So before you mentioned that, just for the audience sake, so Rachel, if you could cover your ears, I had a horse.
Scroll out a little, pull it out a little bit.
Pull it out.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh.
The focal length is in the middle.
I need to have a tape on my
There you go.
So,
okay.
So instead of a horse, you know, I'm not sure how many times you've done this, but it's called wolf riding. You know, so wolf riding. Yeah, you just go out in the woods, you grab a wolf, and you just hop right on, and you just go. You know.
So Rachel, for everybody's benefit, can you just describe what you see drawn there? So, exactly how you see it, as literal as possible.
From an artist's interpretation, this is beautiful. God,
come on,
way too close.
autofocus, please.
Put your hand in front of the lens.
It looks like a hot dog.
There we go.
It looks like a hot dog dinosaur, and something's riding it.
See, this is typically what happens during wolf riding, but you get injured and you fall down.
Oh, got it.
You see? So that's why there's a big X. No wolf riding.
Oh,
so
I thought that was an X-Men reference.
Instead of no X-Men here. We're not Wolverine. So instead of wolf riding, we have something called the noodle. Not the noodle, but the noodle. Yes.
Okay.
So the noodle is the most absolutely safest thing to an alternative to wolf riding. So obviously with wolf riding, you can get hurt, you can fall back, right? You can damage your spine, or you could get eaten. It depends on, you know, how they feel.
True.
But with the noodle, you know, you just go out in the middle of the woods with a noodle on you, you just happily go about your day. You could go up the hills, you could slide down if you wanted to. You could turn that noodle into a little circle and just grab on and just slide down. So the most safest thing to what you like to do, which is wolf riding.
Awesome. It's like in Marvel, Kate Blanchett, Thor's sister. Yeah, that's who I want to be. So you kind of make my future. So question, Danny,
sure.
Is this a service or is the noodle more of like a protectionary, like a precaution?
So it's actually both. It's a DIY or it's a do it yourself.
Okay.
Is this a noodle that you ride?
It's a DIY.
It's the same thing. It's a DIY or it's a do it yourself. It's a DIY. So it's the DIY in terms of you can actually go to a facility that we have right next to every single wood out there. We have a little cabin where you can buy your own noodle, right? So if you've already done this before, you could just go buy a noodle and you could go about your day. Or if you've never experienced, the noodling before, then you can actually have us train you in this, and we'll show you exactly how to do it and how to do it safely, so that way you won't be either fallen and would have broken bones like with Darby's product, or you can have or you won't be eaten by the wolf.
Got it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks,
okay. Okay, 2 solid pitches to compete against.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
All right, thank you for having me to pitch the noodle in sports and outdoors. It's Olympic season. You may not have known because they have not advertised it at all for some reason. But it is the Olympics right now. And we all love watching projectiles. We all love watching people throw things and pretend that they are superheroes, because they are. They are super people. But their throws could be a lot further if only they used the noodle. The noodle is a wiggly wobbly javelin. You may have seen it in Revenge of the Nerds. And yes, we made it true. Okay. It is a very flexible spear that can be thrown. And we've also come up with arrows that are also super noodly. And we have found that they are much more surprisingly aerodynamic and lethal. And so, although, you know, the accidents related to javelin have gone up, so have the hunt quotas that have been completed due to our patented noodle technology. For those at home, I've drawn an amazing logo of somebody throwing a very noodly javelin.
We're mainly serious.
Yeah, we're mainly banking on our logo to sell things.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. Like, I love
you.
your type. Your type looks great. So type on. Awesome. Okay. So, question is, would you consider the noodle in your business to be more of a hunting product or like a fighting, or let's say just recreational? You know, maybe creating two different sports.
Well, you know, we easily quickly identified that we had so many different you know, psychographics and use cases for it, but we decided to focus initially on the Olympics and it as a sport, just because it happens every 4 years, so why not tag on? And they're not doing marketing, so we decided to do it. You know, I barely knew the Olympics were on, but you'll definitely know about that. The noodle is a thing that's happening this year. And then we were going to pivot over towards hunting, etc. Especially once we plan on getting some. We actually got the last 3 winners of Alone, the TV series, as spokespeople. So they will be very quickly featuring that on there. And we'll have some guest stars on there as well.
Okay. So it sounds like you have at least somewhat of investment behind.
Oh yeah. We've this is our Series D, but you will be front of the line to get your money back. That's how late money works, baby.
Late money.
I feel like it should be part of the tagline. Just saying.
That's how late money works, baby.
I don't know why. Anyway, thank you. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love it. You're like, thanks. Bye.
Us 3 of y'all, I swear, it's all violent. Like, what's up with y'all?
Mine is the safest solution to a violent product
it could be
or sport.
Eaten, though, Danny. I don't want to be eaten by a wolf. Like that.
Well, that's what happens now. But the alternative is not to be eaten by wolves.
I am still drastically. I'm still extremely confused, Danny, about what yours is. But I want to hear Rachel try and summarize it, because all I have in my head is like worm-like dinosaurs that are drawn on your paper. And
I'm not a graphic artist.
You don't need to be. I want to see those. I want to actually ride one of those.
I think they're great. I know, I do too. I'm like, whoa.
This is a current sport, though. You don't want this. This is a next. This is a new sport.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I want to hear Rachel's summary on these.
Oh God. Okay.
One sentence or less for each. Let's see what you got.
Jeez. Okay. So, God. Okay, with the notes a bit, sorry. So for Darby's business, which for everyone, the Noodle, Sports and Outdoors, basically combines Wipeout with Quidditch. And it's for entertainment purposes to see who just gets obliterated, murdered, and tortured. And that is horrific. Anyway, that's what Darby came up with.
Zero
Danny.
torture.
That's okay. That's questionable. Okay, voluntary. Okay, God, that's a lot. Okay, anyway, so Danny, knowing that I like wolves, I was like, well, wolf riding, everybody loves that. Who doesn't love that? I mean, I do. Like, who doesn't? But since it's not the safest, duh noodle is the proponent to that solution. So instead of having the possibility of me being eaten or like ravaged, I don't know, I have the noodle to ride around and have fun with.
So,
by the way, I didn't ask you how did I just got the visual of me just going through. Does it fly? Like, I don't.
is it magic
No,
carpet
because if
style?
it flew like Darby's product, you'd probably die and you have broken bones. So if you're looking to stay safe, then you just stay on the ground and you just go.
So it's essentially like somebody putting like a foam noodle between their legs and riding around like they are like yeehaw, like galloping like a child. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. This is the most ridiculous round I've ever heard. Anyway, Tamara. Okay. Yours is an Olympic sport that just goes through the air like a javelin. That's basically what I heard.
Yeah, soft is the new hard. Okay.
Oh, okay. So, question: does it make a noise when it goes through the air? You know, like it's a whistle.
Yeah,
noise?
We've incorporated some of those elements to it. If you throw it at the perfect speed, it does Beethoven's Fifth. So.
I kind of want to draw it. Like a Wendy project. Okay, anyway.
I want to see Beethoven throwing it. That's what I'm.
That was a bad idea, actually. So, gentlemen, thank you. I think I summarized everything pretty well. Let me think on a quick second to see where I'm at. This is going to be interesting. I see it, Tamara.
I'm just holding it up for.
I'm kidding. I know. Okay, so. Can't. I have cards with me, so I apologize. Thank you. So can someone have my cards for me? Thank you. So, guys, with Fundable first. Let's start with Fundable. Okay.
Drum roll. 3, 2, 1. That's when you usually.
I'm thinking. I know. Okay.
I know. So, but it's a show. So
okay,
just
for
pick
Fundable, I'm telling y'all. Okay, so for Fundable, Darby, I love Quidditch and I love Wipeout. It's just too ridiculous. So Darby gets Fundable because I actually kind of want to see what that actually looks like anyway. So that's just ridiculous.
Murder ball. Apparently.
Murder ball.
Yes.
Cool. So Funny is up next. So Danny, is it Tamara? Who is it? So, okay, I'm looking at my screen. Oh, I'm going this way. So, who gets it? Who's gonna get it? Danny. Oh God, Danny gets.
There you go, Danny. Congratulations.
Just because I think I can have a lot of fun with it. So.
I agree. It is fun to put a foam noodle between your legs and run around instead of riding a wolf. Danny, what would have happened if she had said, "My favorite animal is a butterfly"?
Yeah,
or like,
as an entrepreneur creating this product, I would have shifted with the needs.
With the winds.
Listen to the market.
Listen to the market. Because at first it was a horse, you know. That's why
I know. I would have loved to see you pivot that drawing into a butterfly very quickly.
Do I look like I love horses? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to base my favorite animal based on
Rachel? Everyone and their mother knows you're a horse girl. Moving on.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
All right.
It's okay. I'm a centaur, dude. It's fine.
Butterfly.
Beautiful butterfly.
That's a soundbite. Tamir's the centaur,
Avatar.
All right. Darby, well, so normally we would do a quick interview, but we're running a little low on time because we were having so much fun. So why don't we hop right into, everybody help me make some noise for the lightning round.
Ow, That's a lot.
Somebody please submit a dubstep sound clip for that so we can actually use it. That's exactly right.
There you go.
Now, the lightning round. Let's explain how that works. Everybody will get the same category. We will roll a die, but each of the entrepreneurs will have a separate card of their own. And the reason it's such a lightning round is because they will be on their turn, they will be shown the card and on the spot have to come up with what their idea is, what their pitch is. So everyone has the same category, keep it simple. And then, for example, if it was the noodle, I would be shown that and immediately on the spot have to come up with what it is. Danny, we won't make you do it first, so don't worry, you'll get to see how we're doing it. I'll go first to take the hit. And we'll do it that way. Darby, why don't you roll and do that? Yes.
11. Fashion and retail.
Ooh.
Okay, fashion and retail. Sure, let's fix that in there.
I've got
and
3
then
cards pulled.
You've got 3 cards pulled.
Mm-hmm.
And retail. All right. Hit me, my friend, for fashion and retail.
Tomer, your industry is fashion and retail, and your business is filaments.
Filaments. Who doesn't love their fiber? Everyone loves their fiber. In their food, in their clothing, in their hair. Filaments brings it all together. Edible clothing of all sizes, of all nature. Are you hungry and wearing a shirt? No more. Are you hungry or wearing a shirt? Because you're eating that shirt. It's filaments. Edible underwear, no longer reserved for gross underwear. Now everything is edible.
Easy.
Ew.
That's right. Danny is currently munching on our flagship product, a Datalorian shirt. We do have a print-on-demand site where you can make any sort of clothing in a filaments product line.
Thank you, Tomer.
Oh, you're welcome. No questions because it's so good. I get it.
All I heard was edible underwear, and I was extremely turned off.
Good distraction. Good to know. All right. Well, Danny, would you care to give it a shot?
Right. Danny,
Yes.
your industry is fashion and retail, and your business, Growth Hub.
Growth Hub.
Lightning round.
Go for it. Just start talking. You got it.
So obviously all of you guys have a fashion and retail business. Otherwise you wouldn't be here listening to me pitch my product called Growth Hub, right? So what Growth Hub does, it allows you guys to grow inside of a little bubble. Okay. Now, obviously with the,
I think he's reacting to my face as a surprise.
Me too. I'm like,
I'm just reacting to where this is going. So, obviously with COVID and how rampant it has been, right? Everyone's getting sick. Everyone's, unfortunately passing away. So we all need to be in a bubble, right? That's where they want us to be, inside this bubble, inside of a hub. So I decided to create, since I love fashion, this is like what I wear every day, like literally, like, I have thousands. I don't wear the same shirt all
But that's
sweaty and
also your
smelly.
meal as well every day. So we know that.
Yes, because we've also partnered with filaments. Okay.
Ah, yes.
So we've taken filaments. We've created, all these great shirts that we just eat and wear, and and we're now bringing this to you guys so that way you guys can continue to grow. Because of the pandemic, no one can go into stores. There's all sorts of issues. Being infected. Like as soon as you touch someone, like you have COVID. It's pretty bad. So, forget like the whole 6-foot rule thing, like don't even touch somebody. So what we decided to do is to create this little bubble called Growth Hub, where we bring in all these fashion and retail industries, these business owners, and they're able to sell to everybody who also partakes inside of this Growth Hub. And we now, like, out of 10 billion people in the world, we now have about 6 billion people who have been incorporated into this bubble.
Wow.
So when you come into our world, you are now able to access the world. Thank you.
Incredible.
Okay.
Whoa.
So you made your own world instead of it.
That's epic. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. A bubble world. I dig it.
I like it. So
Everyone out there, stay safe and check the CDC website for your local recommendations. We're just silly people on the internet. Go ahead.
All
Yes,
right.
Toby?
I was just good luck topping that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. Go for it, Rachel.
Sounds accepted. Do it.
Rachel. It's Rachel.com, your industry, fashion and retail, and your business, Metaflex.
Okay. Okay. You know what really just grinds my gears?
Oh, she said it.
Oh, I did. I went for it. You know what really grinds my gears? I absolutely hate it when I'm just at the gym. You know, I'm working out. You know, I have these insanely not stretchy. They're actually not stretchy. They're completely just non-elastic leggings. I absolutely hate it. When I'm doing squats, I feel like I'm just gonna pop right out. It sucks. Like, being a girl sucks at the gym. It does, because you're just constantly scared. Oh, it's a see-through. Oh, is this gonna rip? Because I'm trying to get gains, right? Like, we all relate. So what I thought of was Metaflex. Metaflex is actually going to be a very specific fiber that is going to be a polyester blend that we have found to be even more stretchable than the ones that are currently on market. Like, for example, Lululemon, Gymshark are amazing brands. However, Metaflex is actually the stretchiest material that we could possibly create within our lab. This is going to be an activewear line that is going to be particular to men and women, unisex, whatever you'd like. But the aspect of it is that it's going to be flexible, and it's the most durable fiber you could possibly put into an activewear line. So Metaflex, it won't rip when you're squatting. That's the best part.
All right.
That echo.
Solid.
Okay. Well,
Darby, you've heard a lot of amazing pitches. One very good one and two others. So why don't you?
I will recap
hand out some points.
the lightning round.
Oh my god.
Round one was Filaments edible underwear presented by Omer Saran,
There was other stuff.
our first and only product tester, solving a problem of his very own. Thank you, Tomer. Second, Growth Hub, presented by Danny. The bubble inside of a world, and they have, I think, 6 billion members that already are part of their society. Incredible. Rachel, Metaflex, the gym pants that won't rip when you're doing squats.
Yes.
Well, if there was a disgusting card, Tomer certainly would have gotten that. Consider that pitch disqualified.
What?
Whoa, that is rude.
I've got to give the fundable. Actually, I'm going to give the funny to Rachel.
Ooh, okay, I'm cool with that. Thank you.
And the fundable goes to the innovation that is Growth Up, because it's obviously a massive success already, and I want in. I want in. I still
Everybody does.
Everybody
Everybody
does.
into 6 trillion. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
I'm speechless, but I will continue to speech.
Tomer,
Because
you can bring your fashion and business industry into our Growth Hub, and you can sell your edible underwear to everybody else.
Wow.
Oh, it was also edible shirts and other things of that nature.
Well,
Ties.
Moving on. Guys, this was so much fun. Before I kind of sign off on everything, Danny, why don't you reiterate where people can find your work, how they can connect to you, and what they should do?
Yeah, I wish I had a cool domain like it's danny.com, but I don't. So it's just dannyveiga.com. But I am going to go register that now so I can have a cool domain like Rachel.
For those For those just listening, it's Danny Veiga, DannyVeiga.com. Fantastic. Danny, thank you so much for joining us.
Too much.
It's been real fun.
It's been a lot of fun. For those out there listening, we are Side Hustle, the party game for entrepreneurs. You can find it online to purchase on Amazon or wherever you can Google us. Side Hustle, one word. We are also on social media everywhere at Play Side Hustle, #productive play. Let's have a little bit of fun and connect and grow together. No reason why we can't do both. This game works great for families, game nights, bar nights, or just hanging out with some friends. We are here every week. If you think, hey, this looks like fun, it is. Come join us. Send an email over to team@playsidehustle.com, and we'd love to talk to you about getting you on the show and hanging out with you on here. All right. Well, from all of us here at Play Side Hustle, have fun. We'll see you next week. Stay safe and
Bye-bye.
take care, everyone. Adios. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.